Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jag, and in today's class, we're going to continue with our Science 10 content with popular demands. And what we were covering was basically optics. So let's move on to basically the lenses rather than the mirrors here, okay? Today's class, we're going to go through how to draw the ray diagrams for the converging lens and the diverging lens. Okay, so with that, let's get started. All right, so here we are, okay? What we're going to do is start off with the convex lens, okay, which is basically the converging lens here, okay? So I'm going to draw a straight line. Again, this is the principal axis here. Okay, and let's just draw the lens in the middle. Okay, so it looks something like this, okay? Okay, and you should draw like the line in the middle as well, okay? So this basically shows where the ray is going to form, okay? So I'm going to draw the F, which is the focal point here. And this is 2F. On the opposite side as well, okay, so what we're going to draw is the F point and then as well as the 2F point. Okay, so it looks like this. So first I'm going to place an object, okay? Let's just draw an arrow so everyone can see that. So the arrow is placed here beyond F, okay? And what we're going to do is draw our first ray. Okay, I'm going to freehand it. Make sure you are using a ruler, okay? So the first ray is going to go straight. It's going to hit my lens, okay? And then it's basically going through the focus on the opposite side, okay? So it looks something like this. Okay, so again, make sure your ray is actually straight, okay, as you're drawing it out. Okay, and the next one, the next ray we're going to draw is going to be through the focus. Okay, so it's going to go like this. Let's put a 1 here. And this is the second ray. Okay, and that's why it has to hit actually the center, okay, of the lens, as you can see. Okay, and when it hits the center, it's now going to go parallel to the principal axis. Okay, so it looks something like this. I can actually draw the third ray as well, okay? The third ray should be going through the center, okay, of this lens. And then it should actually meet at this point, okay? All the three rays should be intersecting at the same point. Okay, so I'm not actually going to draw that out, okay? And the reason is, again, my diagram is not to scale, okay? And so we're just going to leave it like this here, okay? So the ray has to pass through the focal point on the way to the lens, okay? And then when it's refracting, you can see that it's refracting parallel to the principal axis, okay? And again, the ray that's traveling parallel to the principal axis, once it hits the lens, it's going to refract and it's traveling back through the focal point, okay? Just as we drew right here. Okay, and you're just marking the image, okay? Again, just like in the mirrors, it's basically where the second like reflected or refracted rays in this case are converging together. Okay, that's where the image is going to form here, okay? And I can see again, the image is upside down in this case, okay? And so we could just put inverted image here, okay? And we can see compared to the object, okay, it looks like it is smaller here. Okay, and it is forming between F and let's put 2F, okay? So just like this here, okay? You can always draw like the same three rays, okay? These two rays are drawn most of the time, okay, as well. And the reason for that is it is quite accurate here, okay? And you're just looking at the location of where the refracted rays are appearing to diverge from here, okay? So remember in mirrors where you're forming the actual image on the other side of the mirror, okay? Whenever it's formed on the same side, okay? We were saying that that was a virtual image, okay? Or like a real image when it's formed on the same side, okay? And it's a virtual image if it's formed on the opposite side of the mirror. Okay, so this is what our ray diagram looks like, okay? So let's go to the next one as well. We should make sure we leave some space, okay? So I'm going to draw it right here so everyone can see that. Okay, again, draw like the line going through the center okay, of the lens. It just makes your diagram a little more accurate, okay? So I'm going to draw the F points, the 2F point here, okay? And the same thing on the other side as well. And again, when you are drawing your ray diagrams, okay, I should actually make sure the distance is exactly the same here, okay, between the center of the lens to the focus, and also between the focus and 2F as well, okay? So what we're going to do now is place the object right here. Okay, and again, some teachers will have you actually measure what the length is of this object. And then when the image forms on the opposite side, you're required to actually measure that as well. Okay, so let's try drawing the same diagram here with the same rays. Okay, so the first ray is going parallel to the principal axis. Okay, so make sure it doesn't go all the way out. Okay, and then it should be going through the focus. Okay, so something like this. And I'll put an arrow so we could see where it's moving. Okay, and then the second ray, okay, is going through the focus like this, okay? And when it reflects, okay, it should be reflecting straight through. Okay, let's put some arrows here. Okay, everyone sees that? And again, if you want the third ray, okay, I'm just going to show you where it's supposed to go. The third ray starts from here. It goes through the center. Okay, maybe let's draw it in this one. Okay, I'll try to make it kind of accurate. Okay, it's hard if you're not using a ruler. But this is what the third ray should look like, okay? So the third ray actually goes to the center of the lens, okay? And it should basically be converging at the same point on the opposite side. Okay, so you can see all the three rays are converging here. Okay, and that's where the image is formed, okay? So this is the object here, okay, right there. And on this side here, okay, this is where you have the image forming. Okay, so again, I can see that the image, okay, is inverted here. Okay. And you can put that it is the same size, okay, which means it's the same size as the object. Okay. And we can also put it is located at 2F, okay, on the opposite side. Okay, this is a real image, okay, that is forming. Okay, and you can add in a real image here as well. Okay, and again, remember for the mirrors, a virtual image is when it's formed on the opposite side of the mirror. Okay, and in the case of the lenses, this is a real image that's forming, and it's where all the refracted rays appear to diverge from. Okay, and we're just putting real image. Okay, are there any questions there? That looks all right. Okay, so with that, let's try one last example. Okay, I'm going to draw it on this side here. Okay, we're still doing the convex lens here, so I'm gonna... Oh, so actually, I'm gonna draw it over here. Okay, so again, actually, when you're drawing the sketch, okay, you should draw the converging or the convex lens here, okay, in the middle of... Okay, in the middle of your paper. And there's a reason for that. It's so you can actually see, okay, where the image is going to form. Okay, so F and 2F here. I have F and 2F. And even if it's a sketch, okay, it should be actually very accurate when you draw it out. So this time, we're going to move the object even closer. So let's draw it over here between 2F and F. I'm going to draw my first ray. Okay, and the first ray is going to hit the lens, okay? And then it's going to go through the focus. So it's going to be something like this, okay? And make sure you extend, okay, your rays that are refracting here. And the second one's going to go through the focus. It will hit the lens here, okay? And then it should be going straight. So make yours very straight. Okay? And this is where the image is actually forming, okay? So the image is right there. Okay, and this is the object here. So everyone sees that? Again, you should always be writing the characteristics, okay, of the image. So I'm going to put inverted because it's upside down. And it's actually forming, the image forms beyond 2F here. Okay, and if I look at the object and the image, I notice that the image is larger, okay, than the object itself. Okay, this is still a real image because it's formed on the opposite side, okay, of my lens here. All right. So basically, that's all you're doing, okay? You're just going to keep on moving the object closer and closer to the lens, and you're seeing what the characteristics are of the image, okay, that is forming. All right. So that looks good. Okay, so this was basically optics part 1, where we were just going through the convex lens and characteristics of the image. So I hope everyone understands how to draw, okay, the ray diagrams. And make sure that you're drawing only these 2 ray diagrams with the 2 rays here. And the third one, again, it just goes through the center here, okay? And then it should basically be going straight through, okay, the convex lens. All right. Okay. So that looks good. And if there are no questions, that brings this video to an end. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see everyone in the next video. Thanks. Bye.